Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Aach Plays FM save. I am playing Hereford FC. Just started this save a while ago, but been playing through about halfway through the season right now, up to December 23rd transfer market coming up. But I wanted to go through my team here real quick. Actually, let's start with the league. We are in first place. I really don't know how that happened. Actually, well, I do. I'm a little bit over spending on my budget, but that's okay, not by too much. So we are undefeated. We have 2 draws, so let's go ahead and look at the schedule here. Actually haven't lost all season except for at Fleetwood and the FA Cup first round. A few draws in there. But for the most part, preseason didn't go too well. I was a little nervous, but we turned on. Tough teams up there, but we managed to get through it. Relatively injury-free, but we are on a pretty lengthy winning run here and have had 2 5-goal games. So let's go ahead and look at the squad here real quick. Pretty good squad. I like to play in a way where I have 2 teams rotating, team 1 and a team 2. For right now, our top rated player is our new target man. Actually defensive forward, sorry. Brought him in a little while ago, and he's played 4 games and he's got 6 goals so far, so he's playing well. In second, we have Jamie Bird, which is our other poacher, and he has been playing well so far. 18 games and 29 goals, so working out pretty well. As far as that goes, got some pretty good potential players. Ronaldo Pearson is actually injured for a while. Torn knee ligaments. Has actually had him out pretty substantially. So, and he was doing pretty well. I had 12 goals and 14 appearances. So a bit of a tough loss, but that's why we got Coughlin in here. As far as goals, let's go look at goals. Bird has the most goals, then Dan Derbyshire. He has 25 goals in 21 games, a little bit inconsistent, which I do not like. When I scout players, I like to look for consistency as one of my top ones I look for. The other one is injury prone. If they're injury prone, doesn't matter how good they are, I won't even give them a look. I can't have them sitting out. I'm not going to pay someone money to have them sitting out for a while. Assists, Mike Connie? I'm really horrible with names, so you'll have to forgive me on that. He is also a little inconsistent, but you know, doing pretty well overall for the season. 7.93 rating. Not really looking at stats too much. Normally I would, but as far as this goes with these lower leagues, I'm unfortunately going by what my scouts say. They're not very good right now, but you know, if they look good, I'll give them a shot. You know, he's on 110, you know, per week. So, and you know what he's putting up, I mean, good enough for me. He's got to improve composure though. Working on technique. We'll go with a little bit of composure here. Composure. Other than that, a pretty solid team. I'm pretty happy. I mean, obviously we're undefeated in the league. Probably going to get promoted, looking like. And his points per game here, I'm not really too sure what that is, but Charlie Gorman is doing pretty well. He was upset in the last couple weeks by not getting any playing time, but gave him a little bit of playing time, and he still wasn't happy with that. So we talked it out, and he is good to go now. The last 5 games, Elliot Richards, and actually he is upset about not getting game time, so we're going to give him some game time because he has been good for us. He's got 23 goals in 21 games. I think we already went over that. Not likely to improve and inconsistent, so when we get promoted, we will probably move him on. He is on a non-contract, so someone might be able to steal him eventually or in the future. The tactic I'm going with is a straight 4-4-2 with a sweeper keeper. I like my keeper to do a little bit more than just goalkeeping. I like him to get out a little bit farther out and get the attack going. Going with our wing backs on automatic. If I switch down to a standard or control, then they will adjust to that. But in the middle, mainly working with the deep lying playmaker, box to box midfielder. Don't like advanced playmaker. Usually don't work out too well for me, but maybe I'll adjust if I get a good player. But generally I like my midfielders to stay in the middle, or if they're not going to stay in the middle, then dropping back to help in defense. Then wingers on attack, and then playing with a target man or a defensive forward. Bird is going to be a poacher. So how usually I set up from game to game is I have team 1 and team 2, so I switch back and forth just to keep the match sharpness up and the conditioning up. Also with injuries, if someone goes out, then have someone that can fill in pretty easily. Let's see here. Won't go over staff too much, but we're doing pretty good on staff. This is one area that I keep researching pretty well and finding the right staff and getting the right staff in. I do a lot of details in the back, a lot more than a lot of people do, just because I like it to be perfect and I like it to be the way that I want it to be. But pretty even as far as all the coaches go, one on each. I'd like to have a little bit more general coaches, but they won't go for it. So no, that won't work. And let's see here. What else can I show you? Finances, we're doing pretty well. Keep gaining. Keeps going up. No, none in the transfer budget because I switched it all over to payroll because I knew I wasn't going to buy anybody, certainly. But I'd rather have that in payroll. But we're over by about $2 or so grand, but we'll be fine. Most likely going to get promoted. In the 18 squad, a lot of under 18s. For some reason I just keep getting them in on non-contracts and seeing how they work out. But this gentleman here looks like he might be pretty good. Will Wood, no composure, no consistency, can get pissed off every once in a while, so that's not good. Another one is Tom Young, sorry. Looks like he might be pretty decent. Doesn't like the big matches, probably won't be getting into those here. And that's pretty much it. I'm only gonna play one game on this episode. We are going professional. I did it, I think after the first couple games, and they decided they wanted to go with a professional status right off the bat, which I was kind of hesitant about because I didn't know if that was going to drain my money right off the bat. But we will see what happens. Dynamics. It took me a long time to get the match cohesion up. I went into training and focused on fitness to start out with, and then a long time on team cohesion. I think I might still be on still on fitness. And the match tactics, I really usually don't switch off of the match tactics to anything else. Usually that or teamwork, but don't like to focus on anything else. I want them to focus on learning that match tactics. That's where I believe they get most of their direction from, and most of their the team strength. I don't have too many team instructions on. I don't want to confuse them since we are in the lower leagues. And also, if you're adjusting, the main instruction back and forth, this is always going to switch down to bottom. It's going to go higher or lower depending on what type you have. I have been going attacking pretty much all season. If it's not going well, then I'll drop back down to the control. But for the most part, it has been going pretty well. I think that's pretty much it. Looks like it is still basic facilities, poor youth facilities. I might try to go in and get some better youth facilities. Let's see here, improve youth facilities. Develop young players. I'd rather rely on signing players. Sure. And there we go. 110. That's not too bad. I'm okay with that. And let's see the board, and they're still in planning. So at the beginning of next season, we're going to be professional status, which should be pretty good in the Vanarama. And let's start the first game. I don't know if I said this before, but this is officially the second episode, and I'm going to do it by season. So it'd be season 1, episode 2, episode 3, and so on. And then the next season we'll do episode 2, just so that if you're missing games or didn't know which one you saw, I think it's a lot easier to see which ones or know which ones, or go back and forth between which ones that you want to watch. So, and hopefully you're watching, and if you do, like, subscribe, comment. Like I said, I am new at this, so this is actually my very first episode other than the streams. So, please let me know how it's going. Pass it on. Recommend it to your friends and everything. I should be streaming on the weekends for a little bit. I am currently watching EPL, and they have Serie A over here now on ESPN. So, and also I do watch a lot of other people's other FM content creators, and they seem to all be English or British or from Europe. So I've really never seen an American one, so I decided I'd start to do it, just give you a perspective on the American thought in the game. I don't know a lot. I've only been following football or soccer. I'll probably say soccer just because what I'm used to, but only for about 8 or 9 years. I do support Man City, and the only reason I support Man City is because of Sergio Aguero. When he came over from Atleti, that's when I first started watching. So, and also my roommate at the time was a Manchester United fan, and we were playing Winning 11, and he always picked Manchester United, so I picked Man City. I've been following them ever since. Other teams I do follow. I follow the Columbus Crew here in America. Other teams I like is Dortmund, mainly because how they play, the fast attacking style of football, and also you have to respect their youth system and how they bring up players in the youth, and that's how I try to play. On my other save, I've been playing with Leeds, and I won the Champions League back to back. I think in 4. I'm 4 seasons in. So Champions League back to back, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, sextuplet, something like that. Every piece of silverware I was going for, I won the past 2 years, and that got kind of boring. Now I am using a 5-3-3, the cheating tactic, but I wanted to have fun and really wasn't worried about anything too technical. So it was fun. I might, play it every once in a while on here. I do want to start a Dynasty series, which would almost kind of be like creating like a powerful team, maybe like a Real Madrid or like a Man City, or I might just use that Leeds, the Leeds team once FM18 comes out. But what I'm going to be doing is this one here. I'm going to be playing this all the way up until FM19 comes out in early November, and then once they come over. Once that comes out, I will switch over to FM19 and start with Hereford again, because they will be 1 league up, I believe, from where we're at now. So I think, where is this? The competitions, evo-stik. What's the next one up from this? Is it the evo-stik? Or is it the Vanarama? I think they'll be in the Vanarama National League South. I think that's where they'll be. That's where Hereford will be in the next. The next FM comes out. So that'll be be like the natural progression. And also, I am using a build that does all the lower leagues in England, and I'll put that down in the the description below. So I think it goes down to like the bottom 20, like 22 leagues in England. So it's kind of crazy. And also I want to do a kind of a journeyman type save that I've been seeing a lot of other content creators do. So that I think that'll be probably called like an American manager in Europe or something like that. And I want to start out in the MLS and then, you know, kind of move over to Europe and see where I go from there. So that'll be kind of like my journeyman save, but it's probably, you know, it'll be called the American manager in Europe. So I'll have this one, the Hereford save, and FM18, play this all the way up until FM19 comes out, kind of get my feet wet and tweak the episodes, getting all that going. I want to get a webcam with a green screen and make it look all professional and everything. So I, you know, have a few months to go. And I do work full time, so I won't be able to put out as much content as some of the full timers will, but I do eventually want to get up to full time. I want to get my tactics out there. I want to you know, hear comments. I want to see what you guys are doing. What do you think I should do? And hopefully I can help out you guys as well. So don't be afraid to comment. Like I said, please like the videos, subscribe, and we'll see where this takes us. So we're starting out against Farnborough, and they are playing a, look at that, 5-3-2. And with the pep talks, I don't hand over to my assistant. I always do my pep talks because I try to get this as green as possible, get the boys up for the game. So usually what I'll do is I'll start out by saying, you know, keep the good running going. I never do like this one here. I never do play your game for the media. I don't give a shit about the media. They can, you know, say whatever they want. So to give them a, come on guys, let's keep this good run going, and then I'll talk to each individual one and kind of say, there's much to come from you, blah blah blah. And I'll try to keep talking as much as I can. I'm not really used to talking during my saves, but during my games, but we'll see how this goes. So really what I look for when I start out is I look for the shots on target, or the shots really, and if they're you know, starting to go down or not happening at all, then I'll switch it up. You know, I start out with attacking and then I'll go to control. I don't change anything in here, you know, in the team instructions. If I want to get more pumping in, I just don't mess with it, because the familiarity, or how they're familiar with the tactic, I mean, that's a big deal. You know, if they don't know what they're doing as far as the mentality or the passing style or the creative freedom, then they're going to hit the ball all over the place, and especially in these lower leagues. So I don't mess with that too much. All I do is the mentality. So we, I think, drop down to, I'm gonna hit play. That would help. So we're on control now, and we're getting a little bit of, oh, that was a good free kick. I also liked with my goalkeeper, he plays out from the back too as well. I don't like hitting the ball deep with my goalkeeper, because I don't like putting the ball in the air, because that just makes me feel like it's a 50-50 ball at that point. So I'd rather hold on to the ball at all times if I can help it. Oh, penalty. Not starting out good. Watch this be my first video, and I go ahead and lose for the first time in a league. Usually how that happens, right? Well, we're not gonna watch this. Give a little bit of a shout. I do use my shouts. Demand more. Come on, guys. All right, there we go. Get in there. There we go. That's how we've been doing it all season. Just that lump ball up forwards there, usually to the target man, and then Bird or Derbyshire get onto the end of it. So we 1-1 for now. That was a good ball. All right, go on from here. So that change in mentality seems like it worked out pretty well, and our shots are going up. So, oh, the poacher's a little bit deep. Not good. Alright, get a note. Oh. I thought he was going to nick that one in there. Alright, build from the back. Let's go. Well, forward, I don't like those long balls forward, but we got on the end of that one, so I don't mind. Alright, get it up to the target man. Not good. Get it. I also don't like playing too much closing down. I want to keep my defensive shape at all times. I don't like pulling my defenders out of position. That's a good ball there. Onside. Get it square. There we go. And he has been on fire all season. Jamie Bird has been on fire all season. He just cannot miss. I've kind of lucked out with my strikers. I've even my defensive forwards and target men have been scoring, so been pretty lucky there. I was expecting about a third of the way through the season, you know, they would start to drop off and they'd get some sort of lull in there, but they've all look at these ratings. Now this guy here, I want to pause this for a second. This guy here was complaining about getting starting time, game time, so I brought him up from the under 18s, and look what he's doing. I mean, that's piss poor. Yeah, you're going back down after that one. We're not having that. And my fullbacks haven't been playing too well lately either. They started out really well, but now they're on averaging like a 6.4, 6.5, 6.6 each game, which is kind of disturbing. So, but you know, with playing the two-team system that I play, I've got two in reserve that I can put in, so I'm not really worried about that. All right, we are at halftime. A little bit less shots than I'd like, but we'll see what we can do the second half. Going in the dressing room, do my pep talk. Now, usually, if we're blowing them away, then I'll say I'm pleased, I'm happy. If we're tied or we're losing, then I'm not happy with the performance. But in a game like we are now, where we're 2-1, we're not playing that well, but we're not playing that bad. Still room for improvement. Like I said, I like to get as much green over here as possible. So much more from you, much more from you comes. So that's pretty good. They look delighted. They're happy. Hey, let's go. Thumbs up. Let's get out there and do this. Now, I have seen this before change games, you know, where I've been down. You know, it seems like every time that I come in and I do a halftime talk and everyone gets pissed, I don't do well. But if I come in and I make everyone happy and I say the right stuff, then, you know, I've been able to turn games around 2-3-1 down. You know, so always, you know, just don't be lazy and hand it over to your assistant, because your assistant might be shit. You know, so we are in the lower leagues, so his motivating might not be that high. I mean, I don't even know my assistant coach. Like I said, I usually pay extremely detailed attention to my coaching staff, but I just wanted to get through this season and get through as much as possible. And next season, I'll look at replacing. But I think my assistant coach is actually halfway decent. So, but still, he's not touching the team talks. The only thing that I do is a pre-match briefing. That I let him do, just because I don't know too much about it yet. It just seems kind of repetitive. Yeah, go in and do attack. Yeah, do that. So I just let him take care of that. All right, second half here. All right, let's get a little bit going here. I might switch this up to attack and see how that does. I want to get a little bit more shots. We're just not building it. That's it. So usually at 55 to 60 minutes is when I start to make subs. If having a really good game, you know, I'll come into tactics here. And I will list by, if we're having a really good game, then I'll do it by conditioning. You know, sort by conditioning, and maybe the first two that are in really poor conditioning, I'll take them off and find someone else. But in the game like right now, where it's kind of close and I know I have a really shit ratings, he's coming off. That's just piss poor. And unfortunately, our other center back is having a bad game too. Now, Jordan, I'm not even gonna try that. He can play center back, but not that well. So maybe that center back pairing might get a little bit better with the with James King coming in. So, and like I said, our wing backs are absolute shite the past couple games. So he'll come off, and everyone else is not playing that bad, or probably, unless someone gets injured or our conditioning, goes down pretty far, I'll probably take Jones off, since he is a midfielder, and a midfielder that's not doing too well will not cut it for me. But I want to see if I can make him a central midfielder on automatic, because like I said, it's always a deep lying playmaker, because I want him kind of, you know, back here a little bit, support the defense, and then push it up to the center midfielder, and then get it out to the wings, and then into here. So we're going to put him as a center midfielder, and I don't think he's got that bad of stats for a central midfielder. Not that bad. I'm going with basically a 10, which would be decent for this. Not really worried about heading, because I don't, you know, for goalkeeper distribution, I don't kick it down the field, so I'm not really worried about heading. But everything looks fine, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to keep him there on automatic. Let's see how that goes. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, we got to throw in, get it in the box. Make the good pass. Make the good pass. Get it back. Alright, we got to throw in. Not playing too bad. Looking to make another sub here in a minute. Get it out, get it out. There we go. Get it under. There we go. This is, oh man, too far. Thought he was going to latch on the end of that one. That's alright though. That's alright. We'll be fine. And I think I'm going to make my other sub now. Nope, no I won't. I'll wait to the 70th. Usually the 70th I make my third sub. Or if everyone's playing absolute shit, then I'll make my subs all together. I don't mind at all doing 3 subs. I don't mind at all if we're playing bad. I don't care if an injury happens, and right into the keeper's hands. Now sometimes he'll kick the, nope, there he goes. He did what I want him to do. And there we go. We've been doing all season, get in there. Oh, fuck. That's alright. That's alright. Head it down. Oh, that was a choke job. So we went attacking. We're doing a little bit better. Oh, that's a foul. Shoot it. Oh, get it in. There we go. Oh, no offsides. And there we are. So now I'm going to still wait until the 70th to do my next sub. Got a little lucky down inflection. The goalkeeper couldn't handle it, and it is in. All right. All right, there we go. Substitution. And I think I'm going to go with conditioning here. And it is our right midfielder. I'm going to bring him on, confirm. And the way that I stay with my tactic, I don't have to worry about if I bring someone. The only ones that I change up are the midfields. Other than that, everything stays the same, except for I have one guy that's a target man rather than defensive forward, which I never played before. And this just shows how much I don't know. I was always oh, poacher, because I want all the guys staying up front. Like, yeah, stay up here, and they would never get service. I'd always wonder why. Well, you got to have someone dropping back here. If you don't have a guy up here, I mean, I guess if you played one up here, then you probably could, have 2 poachers, but 2 complete forwards up front is fine. 2 advanced forwards, that's a little crazy, but always have to have a pairing, with the defensive forward or false 9 or some sort of guy to pick up the ball and then get it to your poacher or attacking forward. So that's usually how I play. So the wingers, all these stay the same. The only thing that changes really is this guy here. So he's either going to go back and forth between a ball-winning midfielder, box-to-box midfielder, or a center midfielder. Now I think I'm going to change him a ball-winning midfielder and see how that works out. Because like I said, I just want him to stay in here, just stay in that pocket. In an extreme case of a box-to-box midfielder, he'll go back and forth. But let's see how that works out. And our pass completed sucks too. Usually like see that up at anything above 80 and I'll be happy, but you know, we are in a lower league, so don't foul him. Oh, that was a piss poor cross. Good tackle. All right, get it out. Hit it. There you go. Nope. All right, boys, just see this one out. I'd like to get a control of the ball. Come on. Get it out. I don't mind parking. Oh, there we go. Like I say, I don't mind parking the bus a little bit. Just have them just keep their defensive shape. There we go. All season. It's been quite boring, actually. You know, I've just been, you know, sitting back in my chair and letting the games go, and I really don't have to do much. I haven't, like I said, no big injuries. I did have an injury to my defensive forward, but other than that, it's been pretty solid. Pretty happy. And I think it's because I picked the right team. I know nothing about Hereford. I do know that they're a Phoenix team. I know there used to be Hereford United, I believe, and then they dissolved, and then the supporters group started up another, started up Hereford FC. So I do know that at least about Hereford, and that's kind of why I picked them. I wanted to start out with a team that had some history, before 1900. When they were established, but also another big thing is the kits. I don't like the generic blue or red kits. I don't like blue or red kits. So the kits were a big deal, bigger than it really should have been. And I like the kits on Hereford. So the black and white and the yellow alternate I like. So we'll use them next year, and I think they're probably overpowered just by the rise they made through the two, since 2014. I think they've gotten promoted each year after that, so they might just have an overpowered team or whatnot. But I think I made some good signings, a little bit over on the payroll, but yeah, we'll get promoted. So. But, the caveat of that is we are going professional, so a lot of that money is going to get taken out. But we'll see. So we played well, so I'll always give them a good pat on the back. And you see they look switched off. Now they're pissed. It usually never happens, but whatever. All right. So I'm going to try to do 2 games on, 4 or 5 games off, unless a really important game comes up. And I want to see what competitions we're in. I haven't played this in a week, so I'm kind of at a loss of where we're at right now. So I want to see where we're at with our leagues and what we're still in. I think we're out of the FA Cup because we got knocked out by Fleetwood. So come on. You can talk amongst yourselves for a little bit while this progresses. All right, and there we go. And I'm gonna come down here, blah blah blah, makes professional debut, and you are going back to under 18s because I'm not having that shit. Oh, look at Dumbledore. You got a good rating. Good going, Jake. Let's see him. We'll scout. In one of my videos, I want to go over how I do scouting, because that's another thing that I 100% I take control of the scouting. I do all of the scouting. I have done 8 to 12 hours scouting transfer windows. Just it took me just one Saturday. Just went through it, and it was crazy. So. And Jonathan Thorpe, which I didn't think he was gonna turn out too well, but if you're going by star ratings, he's actually absolute crap. But you come down here to the average rating throughout the season, holy shit, surplus to requirements. So I don't know what they're looking for, but again, consistency. So I think we're gonna get that a lot down here in the lower leagues. So we're gonna give him a pat on the back, and then we're gonna go over and look at what competitions we're in. Still in the FA Trophy and the Southern League Cup. Let's go look at the Southern League Cup real quick. I think I won. Let's go with first round, second round, third round. I thought there was a table on here. I thought these were tables. Stages. Is it not? Oh, I guess not. Okay. I thought for sure. Maybe it's FA Trophy that has tables. Call first round? No? What am I thinking? Oh, I'm an idiot. Like I said, I don't know too much. Alright, so that is the end of this episode. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, and if you liked it, pass it on. Thank you.